Oh, welcome back. We're jiving around here with Scott Tipping, and I'm just tickled as shit to be here. Woo! Thanks, Scott. Oh, I just lose my stuff all the time.
All right.
Well, we were talking about cornmeal things.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that endeavor of trying to play a kind of music that you weren't really well versed in?
Yeah, I love
You always like being uncomfortable. You said.
I do.
Being thrown into situations.
Yeah, I do. You know, Cornmeal. A lot of those people were friends of mine beforehand, and when we got together, something kind of unique was happening. I have great memories of us. We toured hard for a long time and played a lot of really killer shows, but there was something interesting about, and I feel like I've been lucky to do this, where I don't want to say assume a character, but you become sort of like you were talking about earlier about in the band that you were in, where you had to find your role. Your role is kind of who you are and how you are seen in that band. So for me to get to do something different was really fun, and to bring something different to the table that they embraced and were kind of like, this is cool, this is a little bit different thing. We definitely had altered what they had presently, but they kind of welcomed that. It was I have great memories.
Yeah, it was definitely new versions of the songs that had new life to them.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice that they were accepting of that and wanted to be open.
I love those people dearly, and I still think about some of the things we got to do and experience as a band, and if you're fortunate to tour with people, it's you're working, but you're traveling with these people and you get to know them, and the people in Cornmeal were wonderful. They're still really good friends of mine, and even their management, tour manager, and all the people associated were people that you have, if you're fortunate, you have these musical experiences or these sort of life experiences that tie you to that person in a way for forever.
Yeah. I know. It's funny, I've done a week and a half long tour with somebody. We were just in the same back seat together, and I'll never not talk to that person,
Right.
We didn't know each other before, but I know everything about them.
Right. Right. Well, and you get to know people really fast when you're on the road with them. And that can be also not a good experience, but I've been fortunate that most of the time it was great,
What's one of the big memories that you have from a big thing you guys got to do, or something that was exciting?
One of my favorite memories was there's a festival in Montana called the Magic City Blues Festival, and somehow Cornmeal got to basically be the house band. So it was a festival where there was a soft opening on the Thursday, and then the main festival was Friday through Sunday.
Yeah.
And we had sets all 4 days, and he was kind of amazing. We were responsible for about 75 minutes of music every day, but then we were just kind of holed up in Montana, and I rented a mountain bike and would go out biking all day. We had, there was this really weird, we got really too far into this karaoke bar because there was this internal political thing going on with these people that we found fascinating. So the last night that we played, we were on this bill with, we played with a bunch of good people. We played with Trombone Shorty, Charlie Musselwhite, Ben Harper, Huey Lewis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really cool, but one of our last set, it was probably the night opening for Huey Lewis. We told everybody, after our set, we're going over to the karaoke bar and meet us there afterwards. And some people did.
You just really like that karaoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it was amazing. It was amazing to watch. And sometimes when you're on the road, there are different things that you find that are like wonderful little distractions and things like that.
Karaoke is a fun,
Yeah,
it's fun that that's what it ended up being.
sure.
Too.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was, but those
Oh,
festivals and
great.
those sets were great. You know, like
I was just seeing that Bruce Hornsby album. It was produced by Huey Lewis.
oh
I
yeah.
just saw that.
You know, I should say, you know, I liked Huey when he was like when I was in grade school, and then I kind of, you know, I just forgot about it. And then when we were going to that festival, everyone kept talking in the band, kept talking about him, and I was like, Huey Lewis, like who cares, man? I mean, Ben Harper's on this thing or whatever, you know, and we played our set, and afterwards, Huey's manager said to us, like, hey, if you can stick around after his set, he kind of would like to meet you guys. We're like, fine, you know, whatever, you know? And I was just kind of indifferent to the whole thing. And we met him, and he gave us like about 2 minutes of pleasantries that he probably gives every opening band, you know, and it was pretty artificial, and it was like, oh, okay, great, Huey. And then we were talking about the current music environment, and streaming came up and all this stuff. And he was kind of going to go, and then he just stopped, and he turned around and he talked to us for like real for about 15 or 20 minutes, and he was cool as hell. And the whole plane ride home, the Cornmeal people kept making fun of me. They're like, oh yeah, I didn't want to meet Huey, now you're his biggest fan. But, which was, you know, I deserved that. But he was, the thing he said that will always stick with me was, you know, what was their big record was Sports. And he said that they had made a couple of albums up into that point that didn't really do much. And he said, we put everything we had into that album. We tried to make every single song a potential hit. MTV was a thing, so we had clever videos. Radio was a thing, so we knew we had these songs. And he said, you have no radio, you have no MTV, so what are you left with? And we kind of sat there like, you know, that's not really what we wanted to hear, Huey. And he said, you have the ability to be yourselves. And he's like, that's pretty great. And then he went and left, and like that was actually like a really nice thing to say.
That was a while ago too.
Yeah, we're not gonna sell records like he did, and you know, we don't get to retire in Montana. That's why he picked up the gig. But he's right, we do get to be ourselves. And there is something kind of wonderful about that.
Yeah, and it's kind of make or break. You have to really be yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to tell if somebody's pretending to do something. It seems like the things that are successful nowadays, and the groups that get traction, are the people that are genuinely being 100% themselves.
Yeah.
Doesn't, you know.
Well, it's interesting to me the way the industry works, because something will break through that is really unique for whatever reason, what presentation, songs, whatever it is. And that is like this beautiful moment of celebration for the public hearing something new or whatever. But like anything else, that can all of a sudden turn into everybody searching for who else does that, and then it gets watered down, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah.
No, I was just thinking about the Chappelle Roan. How do you say her name? Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you heard anything about how she decided she didn't like everybody stopping her in public and stuff, and she's
right.
You know, and
Right.
And then now she's saying she doesn't want to make another album and stuff like this, and she's getting forced into all this.
Yeah. I think what could be inspiring about that, you know, I hear stories about them through my kid, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that could be interesting about it all, and I don't know enough of all of the inner workings of it, but I feel like there's something magical when an artist breaks through and then turns around and says, I'm gonna take control of what I want to do and don't want to do. Because I think that sometimes places will work you until you're inhuman because they know that you have a product or whatever. And I think it's really amazing that they're not doing that.
Oh yeah.
Oh hey. Oh hey.
Hey,
How are you?
Yeah, that's.
Do you want to sing anything, Kote?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you. I get to listen.
Oh, okay, cool.
sh- yeah, you're right. It is nice that, and to feel because of social media and stuff like that. Even though it's a downside, you can find your own niche of people, and they'll support you doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like there's folks that fell off because of, or are you a Ryan Adams person?
Well, I wasn't as big a fan of him as other people, but yeah, that was a pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting for him that he lost everything, but then realized his fan base was pushing him that we want to hear the records that you made that you're not allowed to release anymore. So they got him to put it out on his own, and then he ended up doing the past 2 years touring and selling out all over.
Sure.
And it was just because he decided to, because the people were there still to support him.
Sure.
It's just neat that he could find that on his own, and you don't need a label or somebody to introduce, to bridge the gap,
Yeah, and I don't know about, I remember a bit about what he was, in trouble for, and so hopefully he
stopped doing all that.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, yeah.
It was maybe not the best suggestion, but it was the first thing that came to mind about somebody that made it happen because their fans were telling them that they wanted it,
Right, but I think the thing with some of those huge artists too is if they find these ways that they can just manifest how they want to do it, and they have the means and management to do it, then it works, It's pretty cool to see someone take charge and say, and it's also pretty cool to hear somebody talk about how they don't like to be approached in public. You can be an artist and not want to take selfies with everybody. That's not that out.
Yes, you're
weird.
right.
Yeah. It's okay. And some people don't like talking to people, and that doesn't mean that they're rude or whatever. That just means that that's who they are.
You're definitely right.
I mean, thankfully, I can't imagine what it would be like to be like super famous. Like you see that footage, it cycles in my social media every so often of the guy who was living in John Lennon's garden. Like that's sort of weird. Like I don't think many people could just deal with somebody that just heard your songs and liked your songs enough that they got on a plane from the United States to England to track you down to live in your trees, That's hard.
It's tough. Make you stay in bed for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you have anything from from the 2023 album? The last one that you played was from
That one?
the
Yeah.
Magic Box.
No, that one was
You didn't play. Oh, but then the new one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any other ones from the 2023 you want to play for us?
Sure.
And forgive me, I forgot what the album was called.
It's self-titled.
It's self-titled.
Scarped with carpet and tempted to ride. Supple sandman abandoned in flight. Mean Jean, so mean, she makes me sing. Sing like I'm suffering while enjoying the scene. Put that hat up on your head, rise again and make your bed. You be happy as can be, bitter roots and sacred trees. so green. Put that hat up on your head. Rise again and make your bed. You be happy as can be. Bitter roots and sacred trees. Big banks, think tanks, got nothing on me. Why try to hide? My ocean's the sea. Split kicks and drifts move effortlessly. Amid the omen and sympathy. Put that hat up on your head. Rouse again and make your bed. You be happy as can be. Bitter roots and sacred trees. Put that candle on the ledge. Say a prayer and take a breath. You be happy as can be. Bitter roots and sacred trees.
What was that called?
Bitter roots and sacred trees.
Now I didn't ask anything about this yet, but the way that you put songs together, so I got an idea of what I guess how you do things, but are you do you walk around trying to or walk around and hearing lines all day and writing them down, or how do you go about putting songs together?
There's no one way to do it. They happen in different ways, and
Yeah.
sometimes they just kind of arrive, and they're just there. And when they're there, you just write them down, and you later look at it and say, "What was that?" There are other times. One of the things I like doing too is like this awful torturous thing where I'll have some recording gear and I'll have like a bass in hand or something, and I'll hit record and I'll think like to myself, if you think it's more meaner than that. It's like, if you think you're so creative, play something now. And then I'll record that for like 3 minutes and then put drums on it and guitars, and then eventually a song starts to
You've done that to yourself?
Oh yeah, all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, that's how most of the records get
Really?
made. Yeah. There's always this point when, like, some of the studio sessions I've done and things, there's always this point where I get this thing in my head that's like, even if I'm doing it by myself or with a band or whoever, where I think to myself like, well, there are people here waiting for you to be that guy, so you better be that guy right now. You know? And it's sort of like Peter Himmelman, this guy I work with, calls it the tensioning of the bow. You know, like you have to get to that little, you can't do it too much, otherwise you beat yourself up and then you don't get anywhere. But a little bit of tension sometimes brings it out.
I really like that. I don't hear that much. I really like that, and I'd like to try that sometime. Do you did that come from having a 4-track and building
sure.
songs like that?
Yeah, sure. That
So
was
it's something you've been doing for a long time to push yourself. So when you come up with, that's crazy. So to come up with an album, you sit there and just make yourself make it.
yes.
That's great.
Yeah, and again, they're not all like that.
No,
but
the
a lot of
fact that
times,
you do that for and get songs out of it.
Yeah, there's a song on the last record that's called "Shouldn't We Say We Was Lonely," And that started because when we were finishing some songs, this is right when people started to be able to see people again, COVID times, and I was finishing a tune with Packy Lundholm, and this guy who we both super admire, John San Juan, was gonna play Mellotron on the track, and I thought to myself, like, if I have those two guys in a room, why can't we do something else too? So like that week, I just kept waiting for something to hit, and finally I just hit record on my phone, and I thought, write the song right now. And something came out, and I sent it to both of them, and they were like, okay, let's try it. And
Oh, wow.
that's how it worked. I mean, it's not a judgment on whether it's good or not, it's just something that you do.
Well, it's very cool that you figured out that you can get stuff out of yourself like that.
Yeah, it's a mental brainwash, or not a brainwash, a blackmail.
Yeah, mental blackmail.
It is mental blackmail.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really dig that. I'm going home with a lot of things to work on.
All right.
Dude, I'm doing that for sure. Well, I'm really interested. I was also thinking there's this guy, no, his name escapes me now, but he did a whole album of streaming on the internet live, and he sat down and said, I'm going to write the album now.
Oh,
And
really?
He did it all. I think he did the pressure of having the videos because he didn't think he was going to actually do it if he wasn't forcing people to watch him think in real time and come up with something.
Sure. Well, you know, Packy Lundholm does that. He has a thing that started during COVID called Track Sabbath, where he will take a sabbatical of a few days, and then he records all this stuff, and he gives himself deadlines that he goes public with his social media, like, I will be done with 4 tunes for the record, all tracked by this date type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do that. I torture myself in
It's a
private.
different way.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just remembered I have a question from a mutual friend, June Jameson.
Oh, I love you.
She loves you, and she wishes she could be here, and I'm gonna try my best to remember the question that she asked me. She said that you got to play in the pit at the Auditorium Theater. Is that what it was? To play the Who
Oh, no, that was at the Paramount.
at the Paramount Theater.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
forgot the theater name. So she said, so you got to play, how many nights was that? And you played
Well, it was like 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
Yeah,
Oh, I
9
thought it
shows.
was.
Nine
God.
shows a week. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great.
So how was playing the Tommy, it was Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Playing the Tommy music there, and then going from that to doing the same, didn't you do the same residency at a different place, at a bar? She said that you played the.
Oh,
the same.
well, we played that stuff out in public. It maybe is what she's thinking of. Right?
Yeah. So what's the playing that same music in those 2 different settings?
Well, theater shows are really interesting because, and I mean, that show is permanently in my memory as just really happy time and place. It was really fun. It was all these amazing, really great musicians, and you're playing.
How many people?
There's maybe like 10 of us. You know,
Wow.
it was really magical. What happens with theater shows, I find, is that you meet all these people. The way the Paramount works, you meet them on the Monday, and then Wednesday are previews, and so you have like 2 days to put together 2+ hour musical, which you just don't think is possible, and it shouldn't be, but it slowly comes in there, and then all of a sudden it's sort of ready to go, and previews happen, and then that Friday is the grand opening where the press is and stuff, and then it's like after the euphoria of all that, the band starts to get really good, like because they start to really dig into the songs and understand the songs better, and then you get that natural human gel of people working together. But then what I find with the musicals is that by the last 2 weeks, you feel like you could do it on a head full of acid, or you're trying to like challenge yourself, like, well, maybe I'll do it with a blindfold on tonight, because you have to do everything so much precisely the same way. So the difference would be when we played that stuff like in a bar, it came alive in a different way, and we were able to improvise and do certain things that we could kind of do in the pit, but because you're working with all of these incredible actors and stuff, things have to be timed and precise, which is wonderful, you know?
Yeah. So, you don't have any view of the stage from the pit?
No, the pit,
Oh,
the
wow.
pit for Tommy was actually really interesting. You're underneath the stage, so you could hear the audience, and you could hear the singers, and we all had monitors, and then that pit was one of the strangest ones. Again, it's sort of like being on the road, except for every day is like a Groundhog Day thing, where you have to do things to kind of entertain yourself. So they also have video monitors up there of the MD and various musical components, because you couldn't see all the people in the pit. But we started amassing, my kid was kind of outgrowing baby dolls and stuff, so we started bringing all these tortured baby dolls into the pit, and then like the music director like had them up on his shoulders in the video cameras and stuff, and I think eventually somebody from the theater was like, you know, other people can see you even though you can't see them, and we had to, because we had like this little baby doll with like tape over its eyes and stuff, like whatever, you know. Yeah.
That's for us, man. Come on.
we had a good time.
Oh, that's wow that you got to do that. And then now you've been what's something coming up? I just realized how we've been talking for 2 hours, man.
Right.
What's something exciting coming up that you've been doing a lot of shows? You host a lot of shows at the venue in Aurora.
Yep.
And a lot of you cover full albums.
We
which
do
is such a
full-
big undertaking. Yeah.
Yeah, we do full albums there almost every month. We've got a Hendrix thing next month, Electric Ladyland, and then they haven't announced yet. We're gonna have a Halloween party where we're gonna do a couple sets of Black Sabbath.
Wow.
But then the new record is finished, so that like preparation for that's gonna happen.
And that's gonna be all vinyl too.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And then tomorrow, I have a bunch of really cool like regular stuff on my calendar. Tomorrow I go out of town for just 2 days and do these Midwest festivals with Allie Crawl, also with Cornmeal, Allie and the Night Crawls, which I'm super excited
Oh,
about.
that's a great band.
Yeah.
I'm glad she put that together.
Me too.
Yeah, and that makes sense why she got in touch with you for sure.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the interesting thing about Cornmeal. I joined the band because I wanted to play with Allie. And then Allie was on her way out when I came in. So we only did like a week's worth of shows together, and she was already on her way out. I like to tease her and say that I was the reason why she left, but it wasn't. But she said to me, that was over 10 years ago, she said, someday I'm gonna form a band and you'll be my guitar player, and that she did. 10 years later, we put together the Night Crawls.
You kept her word. Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a cool band.
We got anything from the new album you'll play for us?
Yeah. You want to play on something?
Okay. Yeah, great.
It's a drone in G. It's the same thing. So,
I can do G.
yeah. So just play whatever you feel on top of it. There's 2 spots that I'll stop you on. Okay. But I'll flag it. It's like this. I gotta admit that my heart's shattered. I gotta admit that my bones battered. I woke up all alone and I changed my view. I'm sneaking it through to where the light comes through. Sneaking it through to where the light comes through. Any kind of fear, you'll find it here. Any kind of truth, just disappear. woke up all alone and I changed my view. I'm sneaking it through where the light comes through. Sneaking it through where the light comes through. Feeling kind of love as it all went away. I'm no longer tough without a word to say. I woke up all alone and I changed my view. I'm sneaking it through where the light comes through. Sneaking it through where the light comes through. The mystery of myth and what's in the mirror. And when it went amiss, now I'm lying here. I woke up all alone and I changed my view. I'm sneaking it through where the light comes through. Sneaking it through where the light comes through. Stop it. Gotta admit, I disappeared. I'm no longer tough, and I'm lying here. I woke up all alone, and I changed my view. Sneaking it through where the light comes through. I'm sneaking it through where the light comes through. 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 Sneaking it through where the light comes through.
All right. Hey, thank you for jiving around with us. Make sure you drive safely. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much, Scott. If they guys didn't have to play with me. Oh, that's fine, dude. Yeah, you sounded awesome.